Hello dear friends and visitors of YouTube channel Retro Photo House. Today I would like to make a review of another very good Russian Soviet lens, one of my favorite. This is Industar-61 LZ multi-coated version. Now I have it in original factory packaging, which is quite rare to find nowadays. Let's open and see how it looks like. So here you have just some kind of user's manual with a quality sign, you see, and it shows that it was manufactured in 1985 and in Litkarino Optical Mechanical Plant. So let's take a closer look on it. So what is why this lens is special as for me? Because it is very polyvalent. You can use it in really different conditions. Okay. First of all, I want to say that it's based on Tessar, Carl Zeiss Tessar optical design. That's why it is really sharp at wide open. And if stopped a bit, let's say at f at 5.6, it becomes really rather sharp. Me, for example, I use it for all my studio works for lens shooting for my eBay store, for example, and I'm using it for years and I really don't know why I should change it to something more expensive. There is really nonsense in it. So basic characteristics of it. It has 50 millimeters of focal length and maximum aperture is 2.8. Okay. The design is very sturdy build. It is lightweight. As you may see, a bit more than 200 grams. And it has really little dimensions. It's a little lens. For example, here it has 60 millimeters long and in the diameter something like 57 or so. So it's really little lens, and it is very well built, as I said, and there is also some technical solutions which is very good as for me. So as you may see, the front optical element here is put very deeply inside and it makes like some kind of hood. So it handles quite good counter-like and flares. Okay. Basically there is two versions of this lens. One, the older one, is 61 LZ without multi-coated optics, and this one I have. Actually, this is multi-coated version. It's a more recent one. Okay. So what can I say else about it? Optical part. It has 4 optical elements in 3 groups, and resolution power in the center is 45 lines per millimeter. On the edge is 20 lines per millimeter. It has focusing ring is very smooth and it turns almost 360 degrees, as you may see here, for very smooth and precise focusing. I love it really very much. And minimal focusing distance is around 25 centimeters, which is pretty close, like I would say like this, you see. Even more, if you take just a little macro ring like this one, I will show you something. So macro ring of 7 millimeters. Okay, so if you will put the macro ring on it here, It has M42 mount with a it is original widespread mount with flange focal distance of 45.5 millimeters. The adapters is widely spread for all cameras. If you put it the macro ring of 7 millimeters and then, for example, you take your Canon adapter and you take your Canon camera, for example, me, I have Nikon 5D body. It allows to focus as close as 13 centimeters of focus, the closest distance, so you can just shoot really very good macro shots with this, I would say. So this is a really strong point of this lens, the closer focusing. And what else? Here, as you may see, there is depth of field scale. For example, here, if lens is focused on 2 meters and aperture is stopped down at 216, the sharp, I would say, volume of space will be from 1.5 meter to 3 meters from the camera, from the lens, okay? So what about aperture? Aperture is quite original here, because when stopped down it forms some kind of star, shape of star, as you may see here. So at wide open it's okay, and then it start to form a star for very special bokeh. And when lens is stopped down to the minimal value, it makes a circular shape. Also, this lens features an aperture preset mechanism, which is quite tricky and not all the people know how to handle it, but I'll show you. For example, if you want preset your lens at 5.6 aperture value, so what you need to do, you just push a ring, you turn it to 5.6 and you release it. Then your lens will stop down to the desired value. For example, here it was 8, like this, yes. So you can focus at wide open, and then by turning the ring completely counterclockwise, you stop the aperture to desired value without even looking at the aperture scale. It's very useful in some cases. So as I said, it has M42 mount with adapters available almost to all cameras. Canon, Pentax, Sony, except Nikon, because Nikon it has slightly different flange focal distance, so it will focus only up to 1 meter, I guess. With Nikon's Infinity is not reachable here. And that's pretty, I think, all what I wanted to say about the design of this lens. Also, it has 45 degrees of angle of view. And as I said, this is based on Carl Zeiss Tessar optical design, and this lens is sharp at wide open. So now I would just to show you some photos I took with this lens, and also there will be charts, the test charts for sharpness, for distortion, and for vignetting. So that's all for a while. Enjoy the test shots, and this is Retro Photo House. We are working for you, for your satisfaction. If you want some tested and cleaned Russian lenses, please visit my eBay store. Thank you for your attention. Bye bye. This test shot was made at wide open. Sharpness is very good, except extreme edges of the frame. Little vignetting is also visible in the corners, as well as very light distortion. Next test shot, lens is stopped at f/4. Slightly improved sharpness and much better vignetting. Distortion is still visible. Next test shot is made with aperture stopped down at f/5.6. Much better sharpness, almost no vignetting, and still a little distortion can be found. Last test shot is made with aperture stopped down to f/8. Decent sharpness in the corners, no vignetting, and still very light distortion can be found in this frame.